For those of you who don't know me, my name is Leanne Vogel. I'm a holistic nutritionist and high-fat enthusiast behind the site healthfulpursuit.com, and I help women regulate their hormones, balance their metabolisms, and generally be awesome by eating more fat. Yes. And today we're doing a Q&A, as we do every Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern on Periscope, Facebook Live, and then I upload it to YouTube. So if you're catching this on the replay on YouTube, thanks so much for pressing play. So we have a bunch of questions from everyone. There were actually a ton of questions about my supplement video from last week. So I can definitely answer your questions about supplements. If you want to watch that video about supplements, if you're watching this on the replay on YouTube, it'll be up in the corners. Or if you're watching this live right now, you can check it out by going to my YouTube channel and just searching for supplements. There was a quick question that just came in whether or not my information is good for men. And yes, it is. Most of the information that I share is for men, but I put a lot of twist about women on it because I'm pretty sure there's like 2 people talking about keto and women out there from a holistic nutrition perspective. So yeah, that's why I talk about women, and I'm a woman. Okay, so let's get going with the questions. On Facebook, just type your things here. Let's get going. Okay, a lot of, how do I get clear skin as quickly as possible? Okay, I know everything about clear skin as quickly as possible. Okay, you ready? Take a digestive enzyme on an empty stomach. Make sure that it has hydrochloric acid. Take it every morning, 2 weeks. Awesome results. If you're allergic to peanuts, make sure that it doesn't have fenugreek in it because it's a cross-relative allergy, can cause a lot of issues. Please don't do that. I wrote a post about this. If you search on the Google machine, Healthful Pursuit Acne, it should show up. So hydrochloric acid is one. The second one is I find that I react to blood sugar spikes. So if I'm recording a video or I need my skin to be super clear, I make sure that I don't have any blood sugar spikes. So what I generally do with my carb ups is make sure that they are starchy carb ups as opposed to fruit-based carb ups, because I find the blood sugar stuff reacts better with starches than it does fruit, just for me right now. Another one is apple cider vinegar before every meal. Another one is more sun. Make sure that I'm taking enough vitamin A. Yes. Okay. Constant hunger. Eat more fat. Or you could be adapting to the high-fat lifestyle. And sometimes when you first get started, you're going to be more hungrier than normal because your body's confused on what fuel it's using. They call me the keto kid. Oh my gosh, you just made my day. Is red meat good for you? Heck yeah, it is. The saturated fat is actually one of the most healthiest fat, as opposed to a monounsaturated fat is pretty healthy. Saturated fat in grass-fed or pasture-raised or free-range type of meats are going to be really good for you and give you saturated fat. In fact, grass-fed meats actually have a pretty high amount of vitamin C, which is awesome. That's why they're yellow and beautiful when you cook them. Wish I could get my wife on board. Maybe send her my videos. Detox waters. I don't know what that is. I'm not a big fan of products that promise detoxification, other than my infrared sauna. I love my infrared sauna. I use a sauna space, pocket sauna, and if you guys are interested in that, I do have a coupon code. I can't remember what it is right now, but if you go to the Google machine and type in Healthful Pursuit Sauna, you'll find it. I believe the coupon code is Healthful for 5% off your sauna. What is it about dairy that isn't good for keto? Inflammation response? Yes. Yeah, inflammatory response, mucus production. It can kick you out of ketosis because of blood sugar irregularities. And also, like, here's my big thing is, like, we are humans that drink milk and eat products from another animal. Like, it just, in my head, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But cheese specifically, like, cheese elicits the same response that we get when we're breastfed. So I totally get why it's super hard to get rid of cheese. Egg fast for kicking a stall. I did a podcast about that. You can go to the Google machine, type in Healthful Pursuit egg fast. I don't necessarily think it's a good idea because it's a slippery slope to doing egg fasts every week. So that's my advice. Any good celiac advice for good nutrition? Go keto. It's a high-fat, low-carb eating style. I'm celiac and keto's been really good for me. Let's go over to Facebook and answer some questions. I had my gallbladder removed 20 years ago. Should I take ox bile even though I feel okay? I would. Your body's still going to create bile. It just can't store it. So it depends. Sheree, if you are high fat, I would recommend definitely getting an ox bile supplement. But that's totally up to you and how you feel. But I would rather protect myself against future stuff rather than wait for the future stuff to happen. So personally, I would take ox bile for a while, then come off of it a little bit, see how you do. Started keto 3 months ago, but haven't gone more than a couple of weeks without having bad carbs. Will it take me longer to adapt? More than a couple of weeks. So if you went 2 weeks on low carb without having the quote unquote bad carbs, then you might already be adapted and you might be just practicing a normal carb up. If you follow my fat fueled program, you can get it at healthfulpursuit.com/fat fueled. I talk about carb ups and how you don't have to wait 2 weeks to do a carb up. You can do a carb up every night, right? Even when you're adapting, it's just going to take you a lot longer. So it's not a bad thing. Not much weight loss though. Yeah. So it really depends. I find if you're going to be doing carb ups every night, like you can't commit to the keto lifestyle. You can't do the 2 week adapting. I keep saying adapting phase. You can eat carbs every night, and I outline this in my program, Fat Fueled. It's going to take you longer to adapt, and when you do have those carbs, lower your fat at night. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to make a note. Yep. Can you explain keto flu? Yeah, I can. It's horrendous. Keto flu is different for a lot of people. Generally, it's an imbalance in electrolytes. And so this can be totally mitigated by making sure you're having enough electrolytes. And the best thing to do is drink my keto lemonade, which I outline in the keto beginning. And I'm just going to bring up the keto beginning stuff here. So I'm just going to flip around my computer. So if you go here, healthfulpursuit.com/bundle, it includes all of my, the keto beginning and fat fueled programs together in one. So this will talk about the carb ups at night. This will also talk about keto flu and using my keto lemonade. So take a little screenshot of that action. I'll turn it around and we'll keep answering the questions. Awesome. So, yes, keto flu is a real thing. Just make sure that you're having that keto lemonade and making sure that you're having enough electrolytes. Yeah. What is your favorite breakfast? That is fast and healthy. Rocket Fuel latte. If you're not familiar with a Rocket Fuel latte, it's a high-fat drink, very similar to a bulletproof coffee, but I added a little bit of carbs and protein to help regulate leptin and ghrelin levels, as well as regulate our hormones, especially for women. I find that the leptin and ghrelin in the morning when having those fatty coffees can really mess up with my body and my hormones. So I created a Rocket Fuel latte. It takes like 5 minutes, especially if you are using the Rocket Fuel latte blocks. Best place to go, again, is Google and type in Rocket Fuel latte. And other quick breakfasts. Yes, hashtag breakfasts. Amazing. I always keep cooked meat in the fridge all times. It's always cooked. And then if I don't have cooked meat in the fridge, I always have frozen meat in the fridge, like high fat things. I usually just like defrost that or add it to a pan with a bunch of vegetables and fat. Like one pan, easy, really quick. What are long-term effects of taking cortef? Will it be hard to wean off? My doctor also prescribed it for me. Okay, Carla, cortef moment. For those of you who don't know, cortef is, wow, I just drew a total blank. Hydrocortisone? Yeah? Oh my gosh. Anyway, it's a prescription. Basically, it's cortisol in a pill. And people will take it. I've had the pharmacist ask me if my kidneys have stopped functioning, or what was the other one? Like very high dose, like very like a lot of allergies. Okay, so here are my thoughts on cortef. I was prescribed it because I had stage 4 adrenal fatigue and I was writing a book and it just couldn't happen. And my hormones were at the point where my thyroid was doing nothing and everything was a mess. So I adopted the keto lifestyle. That helped immensely. But I went on a low dose of, cortisol does reduce belly fat. If it's off kilter, it can create a lot of body fat that you don't want. But cortef and I are like, I don't know, the parents that you have but you don't really like but you know you need. That's the only way that I can describe it. I hate cortef so much, but I know that I have to be on it and I hate it. It's a steroid. You're basically taking cortisol. There is a really good book, Safe Uses of Cortef or Hydrocortisone. I'm sure it's hydrocortisone, but I could be wrong. TGIF. So cortef, I would be weary of taking cortef. I'm just going to say that. Had I been able to do any other options with my adrenal dysfunction, I definitely would have done that. Hydrocortisone, thank you so much. I have been slowly weaning myself off of cortef. I plan on not taking it for very much longer, just because I have noticed a lot of things, like major things. The first one being like my tongue is always so dry. It's like pasty, horribleness. And my nose, because I've been taking it now for a year, it's basically like not deviated septum, but my nose, like the skin inside of my nose is so dry and it's starting to break down. And that's why I've been having mucus problems, and I've had to go to ear, nose, and throat doctors and everything, and found out that it was the cortef that was doing this to me. So I've gone from 20 milligrams to 15 to 10 to 5 to every other day. So now I'm on the every other day cortef and at 5 milligrams, and then I'll wean myself off. So I'm sorry I took a really long time answering that question. I would just really encourage you to look at other options for adrenal dysfunction before you do the cortef thing. How is Freely Banana Girl still alive? Great question. No idea. That would not work for me, but this is a great testament to every body being the same. I don't know anything about nail fungus. So I know you keep asking. I'm not sure. So sorry I didn't get to your question till now. I have no clue. Nail fungus, not sure. So if anyone else knows how to cure nail fungus, feel free to write it in the comments and I will relay to all of the people. Just joined. Does keto cause body odor? I seem to be dealing with it when I try keto. It can, Brandy, for a little while. Like just different body smells for like 2 weeks, but it should go away as your body regulates, and that's just that enzymatic process. Switching over to keto can happen. I've been doing keto for 2 years and I haven't had a friend tell me that I smell in a very long time. Are you endorsing a carb blocker or should just avoid? A carb blocker? I'm not really sure what that means. I've never heard of that carb blocker. Feel free to comment in and let me know what that is, and I will totally answer your question. Experience on Keto OS. I haven't tried it yet because I've been writing my cookbook and preparing everything, and I don't want to take something that's going to totally mess me up. So I'm going to be trying it this weekend for the first time when I'm not writing, and kind of see how it goes. There is caffeine in it, so I just need to be very careful with that. So I'm going to give it a try, but if it stimulates me too much, it's like game over. Thoughts on low carb, high fat, keto for kids. My 15-year-old son is starting to be interested, but not sure if this is safe or what carb level is good for a growing teen. Sarah. Okay, so on the podcast on Sunday, you can find the No Sugarcoating podcast. Sugarcoating is one word. We talk about keto for children. I think it was this week. Or am I getting my things messed up? No, that's a total lie. It's not on the podcast. It's on a YouTube video that I'm making. Oh, geez. I'm just creating so many awesome things for you guys. So I'll answer your question here, but it's also going to be on YouTube. I think it's totally cool for kids to be on keto. If I had children, I would encourage them to eat low carb, high fat. However, I would put them on more of the daily fat burner, fat fueled profile. So you can find that in my program, Fat Fueled. On the Fat Fueled Profiles page, and it just outlines how to do that. So it's like low carb, high fat through the day when they're at school, their brains are awesome, and then a little bit of carbs at night with some tricks on that. Is there a way to check cortisol levels at home? Not really. There is not. Sorry. Keto. On keto, is there a product or just the safe state of ketosis? Is this a product? Keto OS? Okay, so Keto OS is a product, yes. In the new one that's dairy-free, it just has the actual ketone bodies with a bunch of other ingredients, and one of them is caffeine. So that's why I said, like, on the caffeine, adrenal. So we'll see. I crave bread still. Is sprouted bread okay for cravings? Heck yeah! You make your own keto. I mean, if you were eating a standard American diet like 3 weeks ago, it's going to be really challenging to go from like standard American diet to like paleo on steroids. So it's really important to listen to your body. And yeah, if you're craving bread and you need to take it easy, then yeah, have that bread at night, use it as a carb up, use it until you feel good, and then move on to using sweet potatoes as carb ups and just listen to your body. I'm doing daily fat burner myself, so it should be easy, Sarah says. Yeah, so get your teen on that, see how it feels, and then just encourage, I think you said it was him. Yes, son. Then encourage him to listen to his body and really tap into that. 15 is such a perfect age for that. Your keto information really helped my family match the research I am reading on PubMed. I read a lot of research papers, like crazy amounts. Is this a low carb program or sorry, I'm late to the party? That's okay. I'm often late to parties as well. Yes, so my Fat Fueled program is a low carb, high fat eating style. I'll bring up the screenshot again so that you can grab it. So this includes my Fat Fueled and the Keto Beginning programs. So they get 60 days of meal planning and all of the outlines, like everything you need to rock your keto life. Healthfulpursuit.com/bundle. Okay, so we're at like 21 minutes. Let's do one more question. Not two, one. Just because I don't like to keep you guys for too long. Evidence-based medical librarian here. Wait until you see my new cookbook. I'm writing a cookbook for Victory Belt Publishing. It'll be out next year. And I've referenced so many things. Is keto diet safe for those that had their thyroid removed? If so, any special thoughts? Yeah, I mean, the great thing is you don't have to worry about your thyroid hormones and stuff on keto and such. I would say personally, if I had my thyroid removed, I'd be on a really, really good round of supplements, that's for sure. And I don't see any contraindications between the two. I personally would be okay with it if that were me. But definitely chat. If you have a healthcare provider, a natural healthcare provider, I would definitely like chat with them about it. Yeah, okay guys. We made it. I'm going to get back to writing my book and getting the recipes all ready to rock. And anything else that I need to tell you. A lot of keto stuff on the podcast this weekend. It'll be coming out on Sunday. Really excited about that. A lot of hormone, adrenal, DHEA stuff. So you can go to the No Sugar Coating Podcast. Just search it on any podcast thing. It's like 1 hour of hormone keto stuff with a lot of evidence-based things. So really, really great. Joyful to catch you today. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. And I will see you guys next Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will rock out another Q&A. I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend. Enjoy the long weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.